Oh, this is Mike. NoStressMike.com. And, you know, when I'm driving my truck, and when I'm driving the truck, I listen to the radio. And, man, I'll tell you, it's getting very difficult to listen to news. For one thing, everything that's being said is being fed. It's being fed to us. They're only talking about what they want us to know about, and they're not really telling us this is what happened, and now we know. This is news. This is what's going on. This is something we don't get. Like I say, it's brainwashing is what it is. And but even at that, I'm thinking, how stupid do you have to be to believe any of this stuff? And then the next thing is, okay, if this is really what's going on, how stupid can these people be? And then I'm thinking, well, maybe they're not stupid. Maybe this is what they believe. And when I'm thinking this, I'm thinking, wait a minute. Okay, I'm an American. I do things the American way, and when it's something that I know and understand, it's easy to make up my mind. When it's stuff that I'm not sure of, some people will say gray area kind of stuff, but I don't really look at it as gray. I must not understand it well. Once I understand something, I can understand if it's good or bad, moral or immoral. It's not that complicated. I just need to understand what's going on. And so the thing is, they've changed the way things are. Like that woman saying, she doesn't know what a woman is. I thought that's kind of odd. And she was taking a position in the court system somewhere or another. And I'm thinking, how can this kind of stuff happen? I mean, are we, at first I thought, well, we just, we're bringing our standards down so low, any creep can take any position. But I don't think that's what it is. I think because of the way, how elections been turning out, it's not really what we believe. I mean, 60, 70, 80% of the people believe in something, and when they vote on it, it doesn't come out. Things like that, just things like that. I mean, anything that should be understandable is not understandable. It's complicated. Like I say, well, they a man or the woman, there may not be neither one. I don't understand it if you're not neither one, but it's just stuff like that where they're throwing at us, and it makes no sense. And and I'm thinking, well, they're dumb. But I'm thinking now, maybe they're not dumb. Now I can't say somebody's got different beliefs just because we don't agree on something. I can't say that. But I can say, if their beliefs are going down a road that doesn't even come close to the American way, I'm going to have to think it's not American. And if it's non-American and they're doing things funny, maybe it's treasonous in the way of government. If you are working for this particular type of government, and you go along with it, and it's unconstitutional, but you're told to do that, does that mean it's treasonous? Does that mean you're just ignorant? I'm not quite sure. But something else that's been kind of popping up is I wonder if they're a communist, because I've been to communist countries. I understand the communist way of thinking. And I've seen countries turn communist when I'm there, so I know the kind of stuff in the way of tactics they use to get things going. They complicate things, and I was wondering, how do you do that? But then you got to remember, not all the countries have a constitution. The Constitution is what keeps the United States in line. Now, if we're not going to do the Constitution, okay, you're either treasonous, you're ignorant, or maybe you're communist. I don't know. I haven't figured all this stuff out yet. But the Constitution protects our government. The Constitution says what the government can do, but it also protects the government. So as long as we believe in the Constitution, then the government has some kind of protection. When we get to the point where maybe there is no Constitution, and then the next step is, okay, what protects our government? And when it gets to the point when our government is not only not constitutional, but maybe communist, they're trying to dictate, trying to tell us what to do, instead of going through our representatives and making a law out of it, kind of like a moral law. You just can't just make laws out of anything. That's what a dictatorship does, But if it's got some kind of moral backing, that's called an American law. And now, there's going to be some things like speeding and some stuff that they make a law, and it's just for us to live as a society. But when you start coming up with, well, they're not a man, they're not a woman, they're one of these other kind of things, that's not a society. That's crazy. That is someone trying to manipulate our society. And this is something that I think people need to think on. Think and realize there may get to the point where you can't go by the laws because they're not constitutional, they're not right. Kind of like a mandate. A mandate, I don't know what that's supposed to be. And how they think they're going to fine you and imprison you for a mandate. I don't even know. Maybe did I miss that in the Constitution? Does it say something about if it's a mandate, it's a law, and they don't have to vote on it or nothing like that? There's a lot of things that aren't quite right that I think we're going to have to prepare. I said I went to where I went to grade school at, and I saw what they were teaching them and how they were teaching them. This is bad stuff. This is wrong stuff. This is what the government is doing. And anytime, and I'm trying to think, okay, so what is it? What can we go along with on the government? What has the government did right that we can say, that's our government? This is something that we can get in line with. Let's see, we did war on poverty, and I don't think that's done all that well. Not only we got a whole bunch of poverty, we got a whole bunch of homeless. We got a bunch of stupid people, and we can't even make people stupid fast enough that we gotta open our borders and let them come in. Like, I think that's unconstitutional also. I don't think you can just allow people in our country. I think there's laws on what they have to do to come into our country. But it's things like that that aren't right. And we can't just blindly go along with this, even though we've been doing it. And you see how well it's worked. You know, I mean, after so much and it stopped doing stupid. It's been getting more and more stupid. And I say now our youth is stupid, really stupid. And I talked about when I lived in Central America, I couldn't believe, okay, why were these people stupid? I was blaming it on something they were eating or something like that. Well, now I understand. They were taught to be stupid. They were taught not to think, not to understand their rights. I mean, real rights, not just whining kind of stuff. I mean, what is your constitutional rights? They don't even teach morals. Morals, now I think about it, I haven't even heard a politician even mention the word moral. I think they go to hell when they even say that word. So, but anyway, there's a lot of things that aren't right. You're going to have to draw a line somewhere and say it stops here. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.